good news. Every week I'll be searching uphill and down dale for stories that make you laugh. So, what do we learn this week? Never let a blind man choose where he gets interviewed.
How important is traffic noise for you and for other blind people? Well, it's absolutely crucial.
Tell you what, the remake of Jurassic Park looks rubbish. Over at CBS, the graphics guy had an absolute nightmare.
16-year-old Molly Bish disappeared while at her lifeguarding job at a pond in Warren back in June of 2000. The possible suspect, Rodney Stanger. See here, well, this is not Rodney Stanger, obviously.
That's not the real Rodney Stanger. This is. I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of erotic texting at BBC News.
Shall I tell you what young Sian texted me on Saturday night? Go on.
I said you nailed it. Now close your mouth.
My highlight of the week, Colonel Gaddafi's interview.
Leader Gaddafi, thank you very much indeed for agreeing to talk with Sky News today. The first question to you is with regard to Iran.
يجب يكون واضح يعني ان احنا لكن اذا كان اسرائيل عندهم
Thank you very much.
The world is full of crime-fighting heroes. Gotham had Batman, New York had Spider-Man, and London has got Boris. What a fantastic story.
On Monday night, Franny Armstrong was walking home in Camden. A gang of youths surrounded her and threatened her.
They came with a big iron bar, so I was like, OK, not funny, for about 2 seconds. And then a cyclist came by, and I was like, excuse me, could you help me? And he stopped, and I was like, it's Boris!
Hello! He chased the thugs away, and then he shouted this at them. Genuinely, he shouted, "Oinks!" Classic Johnson. Imagine fighting Boris. It'd be like getting twatted by a thesaurus. Yeah, you run, rapscallions, you ne'er-do-wells, you blackguards. He started hitting me, man, and he told me I was a flippity-gibber. So he rescued her. Was she grateful?
We got into a conversation about our climate change campaign 1010. So I asked him whether he was going to sign up to cut his emissions by 10% next year, and he said yes.
Cheeky bitch! He's just saved you from a kicking, now you're giving him a lecture, and then you go and make the whole thing weirdly sexual.
You know, if you're stuck in a dark alley, it's Boris you'd want.
Make your mind up! Do you want him to offset his carbon, or do you want to touch his Johnson? Ole! Saving a damsel in distress could only happen to Boris. He could slap a woman on the arse and she'd go, "Thanks, I was choking." This kind of thing would never happen to Gordon Brown. He has no luck. Listen to you booing his face. Poor guy. He could save a child from a burning orphanage, and you know the next day the papers would go, "Brown touches hot kid." Boris is the nation's favourite uncle. It doesn't matter what you think of him politically, you'd love to go for a drink with him. You know you'd end up naked in a canoe full of strawberries with Boris going, "Come on, let's go to Buckingham Palace and fire a corgi out of a cannon." And you would. Hey, I wonder how Colonel Gaddafi's interview's coming along.
If Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is determined to have the leader's shirt with the Africa emblazoned on it, what would your advice to him then be?
يجب يكون واضح يعني ان احنا لكن اذا كان اسرائيل عندهم
Thank you very much.
This week marks the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Did you see what they did to celebrate?
These dominoes are now making their way towards the Brandenburg Gate, a mile long, and simulating, of course, the fall of communism across Eastern Europe.
Hilarious. Dominoes to celebrate the wall coming down. What if we solve famine? Hungry hippos. We've cured Alzheimer. Let's play Guess Who? Hey, everybody! I've got rid of AIDS! Gang bang! That would be good, wouldn't it? It must have been amazing when the wall fell. Germany reunited after 28 years. I didn't watch it. I was 9. This was on. At least I was honest about where I was at the time.
Today, President Sarkozy posted a picture of his younger self on Facebook, hammering away at the wall this night 20 years ago, though French journalists are questioning whether he was really there when he said he was.
He wasn't actually there? Such a pointless lie. Were you there? Oui. Were you actually there? No. But there you go. We've all claimed to be places we weren't. We love when Sarkozy cocks up, basically because we're jealous of him. Have you seen his wife? Baby got back. I don't know about you, but whenever I see those two, I can't help but think of these two. It took 30 years to bring down the Berlin Wall. They should have asked this guy. Poor bloke. Good day at work? I'll tell you what, that wouldn't have happened if he'd watched this safety video about Klaus the warehouse worker. Now, this may be one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen. I can't believe they actually use it. Rule number 1, Klaus, never start an engine when your mate's got his hands in it. So much worse. Klaus, be aware of others when transporting razor-sharp metal.
Oder Herabfallen zusätzlich sichern müsstest?
Oh, Klaus. What a day you're having. Could it get any worse? So, Britain has a new heavyweight champion.
The English boxer David Haye beats Nikolai Valuev to win the world heavyweight title.
Oh, he's got it going with a left hook. David Haye is the WBA heavyweight champion of the world.
Did you watch the fight? How scary was Valuev? It was like the Incredible Hulk had fucked a cement truck. I was watching it. There was a point, I swear, he looked directly at me, just from the telly. He just turned and went, Oh, I'm not kidding. My penis actually yelped. I enjoyed the fight so much, I went on eBay and bought his dressing gown. Look at that. Brilliant. It cost me 200 quid. I would have got it cheaper, but I got into a bidding war with this weasel. It was David Haye's toughest fight yet. Mind you, his last opponent, Monty Barrett, struggled to get into the ring. Congratulations, Dave, but let's be honest, the best thing about any boxing match is Don King. I love him, but I haven't got a clue what he's on about.
Testicles is above the belt rather than below. But if you don't have faith and you cast your bread upon the water, you get back soggy bread. It's gonna be great. Ever since we saw Jaws, we ain't like no sharks. 2K, rah, rah, rah. So now we understand that when the shark come to eat the babies, you know what I mean? That's what the shark was gonna eat the babies. He is white, but he can fight. We'll fight him in the trenches, we'll fight him on the beaches, we'll fight him in the air battles, but we shall never, never surrender. Long live the Queen.
Hear that lovely reaction? Jedward are still in the news. Jedward. I wish they were called Peter and Rick. Wouldn't that be great? I love the fact, well done. I love the fact there's probably people going, Rita? Oh! Very droll. I'm with David Hay on this one.
Flip a coin, I don't care. They're both going to get knocked out.
Amen. People do love them.
Jedward, you want to know whether I would? Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Just so I can say I've done it.
What sort of brag is that? It's like him going, you know that Howard from the Halifax adverts? I've touched his balls. It's not just Matthew Wright. Teenagers love them.
As for the stars themselves, they don't seem to mind all the attention. In fact, John and Edward have been encouraging fans by acting up in front of the windows.
We used to call it wanking. They've even made it onto the red carpet.
And what's the song this Saturday? Can you tell us?
No. Well, it's a movie song.
We don't want to ruin it.
We're doing if you said it, then you guys wouldn't look at the show and check us out.
We don't tune in for the song, you identical dicks. It's like saying people watch Hollyoaks for the acting. Do you know what Jedward are? They're the human equivalent of the Crazy Frog. That's what they are. This week marks the launch of a musical about the M1.
BBC Radio Northampton are auditioning for Watford Gap the musical, hoping to tap in on stories and talent from the service station.
Stories from the service station. What are they going to sing about? I bought a pasty, it cost me £5. Look, there's a turd on the toilet lid. Not really a lot going on, is there? M1 the musical is so wonderfully lame. What will they come up with next? Family Planning the musical?
I'm pregnant, what a farce. You should have done me happier.
She's not lying, I wish I had. Now I'm financially tied to this high.
Unwanted baby, gonna be a criminal. Unwanted baby, gonna be a criminal. What hope has he got? It's a fucking
Schools Minister Ed Balls has announced his new sex education policy.
It's now to be a legal requirement that schools teach sex education in primary schools. 5-year-olds will start with learning about parts of the body and relationships. From age 7, pupils will learn about puberty, and later they'll be taught the full facts of life.
The best thing about stories like this, there's always some moron blogging.
What if the kids start falling about when you start learning this?
Nothing will happen, Mr. Toad.
What if they get pregnant at 6, 7, 8?
How about you only give sex advice if you've had sex? How about that? Every time he opens his pants, a moth flies out. Freedom! What's to get upset about? Do people honestly believe that kids will skip home and go, Mother, have some wine, run a bath. Father, I'm going to show you how to ride that pony. 5-year-olds? It's impossible to teach a 5-year-old about sex. It's hard enough to get teenagers to take it seriously. No wonder teenagers get pregnant. Don't think Maybe it goes on there, Dave. What do you know, Sharon? We wouldn't take the piss if the sex education videos weren't so ridiculous.
You may have heard stories about how masturbation is harmful. But we know today that it cannot physically hurt you, no matter how often you do it.
I actually remember watching this video at school. It was hilarious. A young boy just asked random people about sex.
I want to know about the male penis. Excuse me? I'd like to know about the male penis, please.
Ah, boy, she was no help. I'm off to ask a cleaner at the zoo.
What can I do for you there, son? Well, son, I admire your candor. And you've come to the right man for the answer. Let's face it, in this job, I see a lot of penises. Animals' penises, that is.
Animal penises? Poor kid. He even hijacked his eye test.
All right, now, cover one eye and read these letters. See, what I really want to talk about is wet dreams.
Come on, Tommy, she's an optician. It's not like she's going to have a huge diagram of a wang knocking about.
Let's see what happens.
Imagine getting your eye tested there. CBL. Cock! Cock! You imagine cock!
That was just a dream.
So here's a quote you don't expect to hear from a bishop. Bishop says Jesus would have shopped at Aldi. That's right. Apparently, if Jesus were around today, he'd shop in Aldi. I would love to see that. Wouldn't that be great? 1p for beans. Oh, my dad. And how cheap is the myrrh? You'd see him swaggering around buying a load of Volvic. That's going to be a dull party, Jesus. Oh, really? Merlot. Basically, they're trying to make him popular by saying he would enjoy budget shopping. You want to make him more appealing? Get him on Britain's Got Talent. He'd be brilliant, wouldn't he? Imagine Jesus on Britain's Got Talent. Any lepers in? Shazam! I can juggle again! Of course you can, baby. Now juggle these. And he's got a great sob story. I was born in a barn. I never knew my real dad. Jesus in a supermarket. What next? Buddha in High and Mighty? Ganesh in Claire's Accessories? I'm going to need a lot of gloves. It isn't just shopping. Well done, a few people really got there. Who's Ganesh? I don't know, right? It isn't just shopping. Christianity's pulling out all the stops. Did you see this? Stressed commuters offered prayer. The Bishop of St Albans is making a prayer podcast to help people cope with their daily commute. What kind of prayers will they be? Dear Lord, can I go one train journey without hearing some prick play their bullshit music? Give me the strength to endure Rihanna, because that is not how you spell umbrella. Amen, N. Surely the one prayer we really want is this. Dear Lord, please, I'm on the train, in the toilet, and I'm not sure I've pressed the lock. That is a horrible moment, isn't it? Because you think you've locked it, but you're not quite sure. You can't get up to press the lock. You don't want to get caught like that, do you, in the middle? Like some sort of filthy Bee Gee, just... I've never been caught in that situation. I think the only thing you can do to get out of it, go confident. Proper balls out, literally balls out confidence. Door opens. Greetings! Pretend you've got a cat. Really go for it. No, I've been expecting you. Now lock the door. Oh, On public transport, we don't need God, we need each other. Instead of prayers, we should talk to each other. It's lovely when it happens. I saw this the other day. I was on a tube. There was a pregnant lady, and her fella was rubbing her stomach, right? And the fella was just going, Daddy is rubbing Mummy's belly. I said, Daddy is rubbing... And I was sat there going, that is so lovely. It represents everything I want in the world. But you can't join in. Stranger is rubbing...
These sixth formers are taking their Danish language exam, and for the first time, they can use the internet to answer any of the questions.
Lucky sods, all I had was a calculator. I think it's a bad idea. My mates were arseholes in exams. If we had the internet, they'd be sending me emails every 5 minutes. Oi, Russ, have you seen this? I'm trying to concentrate. Oi, Russ, your mum's emailed me. Pack it in, that is not my mother. Oi, Russ, I found your house on eBay. Yeah, that's not funny, that's actually my house. Mind you, if anyone could do with help, it's the kids from this recent survey in England. 1 in 20 school children think Adolf Hitler coached Germany's football team. These idiots also thought that D-Day was just a bad spelling of day, and that No Man's Land was a lesbian club. I hate stories like this because they only asked a few kids and everyone gets tarred with the same brush. It's like judging every adult by the people who appear on those programmes like It's Me or the Dog. Have you seen those people? They're not the same as us.
My dog bites me every day. I've tried blowing on him and rubbing him with a brick, but it does nothing.
And then the person, have you tried giving him a walk? It's like you've changed my life. Advertising is a competitive industry. Agencies are always looking for new ways to get their message across. In New Zealand, Mitsubishi tried to attract customers with this. That's right, buy a truck, get a goat. A Norwegian print company went with this, which is Norwegian for as cheap as your mum. Boom! But my favourite out this week has to be from the German ad agency who've attached slogans to the legs of flies. The maddest thing you've ever seen. Who wants to see their advert on a fly? People hate them. When people see a fly, they go... They don't go, oh, L'Oreal. I am worth it. We don't like them on our body, and if they go in your mouth, you go crazy.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
I'm dying in this fucking country-ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. Well, fuck, I can't see, pollen. And let's get the fuck out of this fucked up town.
What will this ad agency do next? Have mice advertising Rent-A-Kill? Dolphins advertising tuna? Vaginal reconstruction on a camel's toe? Now, did you see this? This is pathetic, isn't it? 1 in 4 gap year students invite their parents along. How pathetic is that? You're on some exotic beach, surrounded by beauties, and you've got your mum rubbing suntan lotion into your back. Factor 30, sweet prince. We don't want you peeling. I couldn't take my mum around the world. She can barely handle the train journey to London. She holds her ticket all the way from Bristol, just like that. You can let go. No, wait, not holding. No. You can't let go. No, I'll go to prison. You will not go to prison. Sweet piece of ass like me, some big leather, I'd be your bitch. No way. I'm not putting it down, Russ! Also, this report goes on to say that apparently 12% would rather take their teddy than their mobile. Why? Are they useful in a crisis?
Give me your money, you English pig.
Stand back!
Oh, what?
Gap years are so pretentious. It's just toffs swanning around Cambodia. Look, they're so poor, but they're so happy. I wish I had nothing. Look, Jeremy, he's eating with his hands. Pass me the iPhone. I feel like blogging. Blimey, the Gaddafi interview's still going.
How did he feel when he heard that President Obama had won the autobiography of Margaret Thatcher?
هذه لا تخصنا نحن، تخصنا. لكن إذا كان إسرائيل عندهم سلاح نووي. إذا كان لا نريد هذا، الدولة الفلسطينية إذا قامت لي بتكون عندها أسلحة نووية هي حزتنا ضد إيران أو ضد سوريا أو ضد الفلسطينيين أو ضد مصر.
Leader Gaddafi, thank you very much.
Did you watch the duel in Channel 4's Winter Crown? If they hanged Bitter in real life, you know just before it happened, the whole crowd would start going, come on, come on, come on, come on. I love how they justified it. Well, it's a comment on corporal punishment. Whatever. You called it the execution of Gary Glitter. No, Russell, it's about hypocrisy. Mate, you may as well have called it nonce in a noose. Do you know they rang him up about the film? That's going to be the worst call he's ever received, isn't it? Actually, second, let's be honest. Hello, Mr. Glitter, it's PC World here. Listen about your hard drive. Can TV be more shocking? What will Channel 4 show us next? Come Dine With Me with Hannibal Lecter? Super Nanny with Karen Matthews? Or Grand Designs with Joseph Fritzl? Now, it seems that every time we open the newspaper, we're greeted by cripplingly sad stories about young men who've given their life in Afghanistan. Some of them come back with horrific injuries. Do they mope? Do they fuck? They climb mountains.
As day broke on Mount Kilimanjaro, these former soldiers were on top of the world. They've scaled the highest peak in Africa, climbing to raise money for Help for Heroes.
Well, I never thought I'd walk again, let alone do anything like this. And this is just such a personal challenge for me.
Very emotional. There's points up there where I thought I'm going to make it. And, yeah, nearly in tears.
A massive achievement for all, especially Lance Corporal Craig Lundberg, left blinded by a grenade, but a soldier who's mastered the mountain.
That is truly inspiring. Hope you enjoyed the show. Good night.